So, Rex got a bit of a nerf, huh? Ooh, not the greatest. But that's alright. This is the build we're going to be using. Trying out Blood Rivalry. Lets us buff our fracture damage even more. Such that we can one-shot after we hit a few bites first. It sounds like we may have our first victim here. Look at this lovely ambience from the fog coming through. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, and hey, if you like today's episode, or you're interested in updates on future episodes, or a place to hang out, play the game, talk to me, play with me, come join my Discord. Link in the description. It's free. It's fun. Trying to get it grown. It's still pretty fresh, but we'll be doing some exclusive stuff there, like fancy polls and this and that. Anyways, link in the description if you enjoy. We're gonna go up here, see if we can find something. Not the greatest place for an ambush, but the places where prey can run in and out of are rather limited up here. Though it doesn't look like there's anything here, which is unfortunate. Basically, the point of today is just to see if the nerfs really are that bad for Rex, or if Rex is still, still just as viable. You just might need to switch your build up a little bit. One of the good things, and one of the worst things about being a Rex, is that everybody and their mother wants to have a piece of you. Everybody wants to try it, everybody wants to kill you. Especially when you're young. Trying to get this grown all by yourself is a nightmare. It's a pain. Plus all the other typical problems of officials, right? This style, he's got nothing to lose. If he dies, he'll fly right back. He can come and pester me if he wants. I don't particularly need the albino, but I might take it just for the food for now. Anyways, yeah, I'm excited to try out using King's Mantle. I have used it a couple times, although I didn't end up surviving the fights I was in. It's a little bit better against multiple targets, like not one slots, I would say 2 slots, and a couple 3 slots, but anything more than like 2 or 3 slots is very difficult to deal with. I was thinking of possibly swapping out Surprise Attack for Shatter Stride. Ooh. That's what we like to hear. I'll have to test it out. I might unlock it and spend the marks for it. That way, not only can I start the fight off with a fracture if I need to, if something is real fast, like a Pycno or something we need to really get taken care of quick. Oh, here we go. What do we got? Beauty. Oh, laggy. Very laggy. Want to get a little bit closer to him before I pop the surprise. You're kidding. Holy lag. That's crazy. Sure. What's this guy doing? This has been my experience lately. If I happen to land a surprise attack, get the hell out of here. He's gonna kill himself with fall damage before he even hits me. Very cool. Such is the life of being a Rex, I guess. The problem is I don't think that I have the damage if this guy just plays with any kind of sense. I don't have the damage or the debilitation to kill him, right? Like, he was sitting and I was able to get 3 bites off. 4 bites, whatever it was. But he was only presenting his tail after that, which isn't enough for me to get a fracture on. Look at him, just lagging out. Absolutely insane. So, on top of the actual issue of the fight being difficult in general, because he's faster than me and, you know, this and that, I wasn't able to land. I wasn't even able to try to land. My thing would have been a waste to try and land a fracture bite, so I didn't go for it. However, once I land those 3 bites, I've got essentially instant bone break on my fracture. Is he logging out? What's he doing here? Alright, well, you know what? Kind of bothered me, so we're gonna... So, bone break. Instant bone break. Might as well go for headshots. I think he may have hard locked. So not exactly the greatest fight to show off. I'm happy we got him for running away. I do think that he just logged out or something. I'm gonna go drop this off in my home cave. Yeah, we get 30 seconds of that fracture, 50% increased fracture damage from Blood Rivalry. So if you're fighting a group of mid-tiers, you know, anything, you know, couple Dasp, Aloe, oops. Didn't mean to pump that so early. Use Dasps, Aloes, anything really, even Albertas, even a group of larger things, you know, a group of Apexes. You can bite, land a fracture on someone, then get a couple bites with the increased damage, then land another fracture. Well, not fracture, it's full bone break at that point. So full bone break on the first guy, get some damage in, then full bone break the second guy to kind of disable him while you hunt down the first one. Or, what I think the strategy is going to be, is getting a couple bites on someone, doesn't matter if their tail hits or what. Just stack up the bites in general. Then bone break one, and then as they come to save their friend from a bone break, we bone break the second one after getting a little bit of distance from the first. And then I think that's where this will really excel. The first one will be bone break, and then it will come back bone break immune. But we'll have another fractured bone broken target that we can really lay into. What are we doing here? Anyways, I'm going to show you how to fight a raptor without cliff camping. That's one thing I don't like, right? I know that cliff camping is viable, and it usually works, unless they have enough numbers. And I would only ever cliff camp in, like, way uneven situations, like if I'm against 3 or 4 apexes, or 15 little guys. I think this raptor's just not very confident after getting smacked around a little bit. I think I got 2 bites and a tail attack on him. Tenderize him a little bit. Pounce call. So now we know exactly what he's going to try and do. We'll present our side to him. And as he comes towards us, we will tilt and just give him our front side. He doesn't seem to be very confident anymore. See, I don't need to back myself up against a cliff. I just keep walking towards him. Keep him moving as I want him to move. I'm going to lose out on the trophy, but I'm not really that concerned. I'm sure I'll get more in the future. He's gonna have to go heal now. I didn't think I'd catch him, but worth a shot. If I did, he'd be dead. And if I don't, we're in the same situation. Okay, second pounce call. He made great use of the first one. Let's see what he does with this one. Are you gonna pounce? Or just buff for the sake of using the stamina? So what is that? I don't actually know what makes that call. Oh no. Have we got ourselves stuck? So anyways, this is just kind of a massive waste of our time. Ooh. Let's let the alpha critter get him. Not me, you goober. That's crazy. Get out of here. Okay, so at this point I'm going to abandon this fight. Not because the fight is unwinnable or anything. It's just going to take a very long time because I am completely at the mercy of him messing up, essentially. If he just plays, again, with any kind of brain up in his noodle, then he'll just avoid me. Right, Rex is never going to catch a lat unless I sneak up on him, but he's very aware of my presence and isn't going to let me get out of his sight long enough for me to sneak up to him. So what's likely happening is he is just simply stalling for time so that his Titan can come back on something else. So we're just going to carry on. And maybe we'll find something coming out of Savannah. I do love this area of the map, though. I really wish it got a little bit more love. I think mostly just because it's not very hospitable to land dinos. It's very much a semi-aquatic paradise. It's mini Rhyperia is what it is, really. I'm kind of sad that they didn't reuse these trees and things on Rhyperia anywhere. I think that's a missed opportunity. Would have been lovely to have like a really big mangrove swamp. Because I know we've got the redwood swamp, but I'd love to have I love mangroves. I think that's my favorite biome in anything. Ooh. The raptor just took fall damage. Maybe we can catch that raptor after all. Maybe he didn't take fall damage, maybe he took critter damage. Let's go pay him a visit. Where's a little rodent? I can hear the little weasel pitter-pattering around. Different weasel. But we got him. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm talking about. We got something big over here. An actual fight. Alright, what do we got? We are. So I did miss a couple times there, and at a point you saw that we were going shot for shot. We were biting at the same time. We were both trying to dodge a bite that was never being dodged. What is happening here? Are you kidding me? Get out of here. What are you doing? Check this out. Oh, he's too small to hit. Anyways, I was trying to showcase that if you clamp something, you can bite it twice or 3 times, and it'll trigger your, you can see my blood rivalry here. 50% increased fracture damage. Makes instant bone break. You saw I did it on him. I could have done it later in the fight. He wasn't popping his bite because it was the charge bite. That's a crazy reach range. I can grab that from here. That's crazy. I don't know you could even do that as well. Anyways, you can see that at a point we were both kind of, right, let's say that's him. We were both doing one of these, trying to bite at each other. When you notice that you're both just doing that and you're both trading hits and it's not benefiting anybody, you're both just taking damage. Right, it's equal trade. What you do is get into the rhythm, keep them, you know, recognizing the pattern and working with it. And then you just don't bite. Wait half a second. Wait for him to bite. And then you come in with a bite. And then he'll come in with a bite. And then you come in with a bite. Right. A lot of people, you get into a rhythm of just click, 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 click as fast as you can, right? And I guess it makes sense, right? From a base level. The more the more frequent you hit, the faster you click, the more damage you deal. However, he won't deal any damage if you're not presenting your face for him to bite. Guys doing a little boogie over there. Anyways, so that'll be my suggestion on doing a Rex fight. Now, he didn't have his ambush. That's why I waited for him to do his charge and then hit him with the tail, because I knew that at that point we had been in combat longer than his ambush would have lasted, so he wouldn't have been able to carry this around for us. I don't think I'm going to drop it off. Anyways, that's my little tip. Rex has got some pretty good DPS. If we had gotten any lower in that fight, like if we had gotten down to a quarter, I would have disengaged with my tail attack, bought myself a little bit of room, then popped the rampage. Because then we get an additional 50% increased damage, which is excellent. Oh, but that was not necessary in this fight. We just had to do the one maneuver where we hold off. Patience is key. You don't want to rush things. You're Rex, you're a big heavy hitter, it's very easy to just think, press forward and go, right? And that's how a lot of Rexes will play. But because that's how a lot of Rexes will play, you've kind of got to counter that strategy. If everybody just does, you know, if everyone is just face tanking each other and biting, then it's just, you know, whoever's bigger, whoever got the first hit, that's who wins. So as soon as I noticed that we were just stuck in a loop trading with each other. Ooh. I think I hear some up there. Yeah, as soon as I noticed that we break the cycle, end the loop, hold off for a second, and then come back in where we can do some damage. You also saw that after I bone broke him, I tried to precise move around to his side, close enough that if he hit me with his tail, he would just put me back in front of him where I can bite. But not so far in front of him that he would be able to bite me while I bite him, because again, that's kind of pointless. And at that point I didn't know whether he had the quick fracture or the long fracture. So it was beneficial for me to stay to his side where he couldn't reach me very well. You don't have very great turning speed while bone broken. So that allowed me to secure a lot of extra damage. Now I likely could have face tanked him, but then I would have been healing for, you know, twice as long. And I don't want to deal with that. And that's the thing that holds a lot of people back. You can face tank with Rex. You have the armor, you have the damage. You can face tank with a lot of things, one-on-one on paper. But as soon as they realize what's going on, they can realize that you're falling into any kind of pattern. People themselves are very good at recognizing patterns. Typically, people are good at recognizing patterns. So if you continue to present not expectable, there's a word for it, a recognizable and a reactable pattern, then people can break it. But yeah, a lot of Rexes have the capacity to playable to face tank things, and so people do, because it's very easy, it's very simple and straightforward, and most importantly, it does work. The problem is, only works against the first guy. As soon as that second guy shows up, you lost a lot of your health because of no real good reason. You just took damage, take damage. If you play smart with it, use your tail, use your positioning, use your turn rate. You have one of the best walking turn rates in the game. Almost nothing can run around you. Very rarely. And if they do, you just backpedal, turn to the side. I can't tell which way I'm facing now. All these things on my map. I can't even tell. That would be that one, so this way. That seems right. Anyways, we're gonna go pick off the outer edge of GP. See if there's some small things or some stragglers or a lone apex or duo or trio of mid-tiers where they test out the blood rivalry thing. I was somewhat torn on all of these here. I feel like this is better in general. Right, 25% less armor means you deal 25% more damage to anything smaller than you. So I'm full growth, nothing is smaller than me. Or nothing is bigger than me. There are things that are equal size and below. So this is everything but Spino Titan bars, I believe. Like everything else is smaller. Maybe EO, I don't know the weight of EO. But that is something we've got to watch out for. EO has been buffed. And I feel like, as much as Rexes like to think that they can face tank, and can in most situations, EO is designed to be rewarded for face tanking. EO doesn't really have any fancy movement, any strafing, any this or that. It's just point the horn towards the bad guy and click. Hearing little footsteps. So we'll go up there and see what we can do. But yeah, try and be smart about your positioning and your movement and your surroundings and see where you are. If at all possible, try and land your bone break near the middle of the fight, or even towards the end to fully secure the kill. You could theoretically start it off that way, but most people will be bone broken, and then as soon as they are no longer bone broken, they're going to run away and spam their tail attack as much as possible. You'll have a hard time catching up to them because you're already in combat. So you'll want to conserve your stamina, and you'll want to bone break later in the fight than you would think, just because the fracture increase occurs after 3 bites. Doesn't mean you must use it after 3 bites. I mean, you could pop it, a bone break, when there's 1 second left of the buff. And continuing to bite will refresh it, I believe. It'll keep refreshing. Once you get to a third stack. So you don't really have to worry. As long as you're landing a few bites here and there within the time frame, you're going to get the buff. It's a very empty GP right now. I hear something medium-sized. No way that's that. Oh, it's a stego. I see, I see. That could be fun for sure. This could be very fun. Oh yeah, right. Get out of here. This little brat. Why is my turn so bad right now? Oh. Is Saga trying to get some too? Alright. Looks like the stego did not want to help his buddy at all. Just wanted to get out of here as soon as possible. What's this trophy look like? Crushed bone. Nothing interesting. These raptors are going to be a pain soon. They're going to want to heal up and get back in here. Do something. Let's encourage them to do it sooner. Hey, check this out. I'm very surprised that I missed him. What are you doing, though? I don't know why I'm moving so strangely here. Looks like... Ooh, an Iggy fight. That could be interesting. Get out of here. Okay, so here's the point where we do this, we pop our call. Get out of here. One's gone. Damn. Oh, there's just too many of them. It is what it is. We got the Iggy. The Sarco looked like it was on Death Scars. We got how many raptors? I don't know. Too many little things that are difficult to deal with. They like to peck at your ankles. And Rex's ankles being less tanky now is difficult, so. Try as we might. Burned a lot of stam trying to catch these little things. Not the best. Whoa, we were way zoomed in. Let's try and get back up into there, see what we can do. Of course, that slimy Sarco too. Didn't want to fight. Friendly called me. Ran back to the water after a couple bites. Shouldn't have let him live. I should have swam in there after him while he was broken. And just took care of him. But I let him live and he came back to finish me off. I know he was no longer immune to bonebreak. But I hadn't landed a third hit to refresh the stack. And on top of that, he was just presenting his tail running around me. Sarco's got a very good turn. And it is difficult to keep up with some things. I just simply didn't really have... I just didn't have time to stall for stamina. Well, that was another thing too, right? I didn't have enough stamina to do the call. There were a lot of mistakes on my part. A lot of things I could have done better. We had, what, 3 raptors, a Meg, a Thal, an Iggy, and the Sarco. $15 slots to 5 is not too bad. Especially considering I took out 4 of theirs. I wish that I had gotten more. I nearly got 8. Plus those raptors. I don't know if I did kill a raptor or not with my tail attacks. I wasn't really paying attention to them. They're more of a nuisance until they're not, right? Anyways, let's not waste time. Let's book it back there. Or at least in the region. To find something else to fight. Just so we can run this off. I do find it strange, the change with Rex's armor on the ankles. Because the stamina change I can understand, they're really trying to force you to play with other Alios. They're trying to stop Rex groups, like Rex with Rex. They're trying to encourage Rex and Dasp, or Rex and Alio. Is that... Oh, I thought there was a bars lying down in a tree. Because it was clipping through. This is just classic. Classic Gondwa. Anyways, they're trying to promote more balanced groupings, I suppose. So they took away the ability to apply certain buffs to yourself. The one... Which one was it? They took away the ability to use this. Boost damage by 25%, reduce cooldowns by 25% for all tyrannosaurs in your group. Does not stack, does not apply to yourself. So it's a great buff for a Dasp to receive from you, which is interesting. It is unfortunate that Rex has got that, and I think Dasp has got a similar one. I thought I was hearing something. So, anyways, what they've done is essentially that call no longer applies to yourself, which promotes, but it does apply to group mates only if they're tyrannosaurs. So Dasp and Alio will receive the buff, but not your Rex. Unfortunately, with the wording, while they're trying to stray away from T-Rex and T-Rex groups, right? Two Rexes in a group with whatever else. What they've essentially done is force that playstyle almost. I'm pretty sure they buffed something else that made it good. Anyways, the point is you can use that buff and it'll apply to your Rex buddy, and then your Rex buddy will use the same buff, and now you both have it, and now there's two Rexes with a very strong buff. When what they were trying to do is push away from that. So if they just said it does not apply to Tyrannosaurus Rex, then it would make a little more sense, but it does not say that. They've nerfed Rex's stamina to make you almost dependent on an Alio to be there to constantly feed you stam buff. Which, I don't think that's fun, personally. I don't want to have to rely on that. No, I mean, you don't necessarily need to. If you're going to play... The best way to play Rex, I would say, is to find yourself a good camo skin. This is not a camo skin. This is just something I picked. Just because. I just picked this because I needed to switch my skin off of default. But default is a very good Rex skin. For camouflage, I mean. But to play Rex as an ambush, from the tree line, hide and wait. Unfortunately, with the food and water drain, you can't hide and wait that long. You kind of have to be in a high popularity spot. And in the high popularity spots, as soon as you kill one person, there's going to be more coming after you. So the nerfs to Rex's ankles are definitely felt. Right, I'm pretty sure they took away 12 point something percent, 12%. Around that region. So in theory, all the attacks from the raptors and the binocular. Anyways, oh, I actually don't need it, I don't think. In theory, all the attacks from the raptors and the Meg, and even the Sarco at some points, besides the ones that were hitting my tail from the ground, all of those, I would have been able to survive 10% more, 12% more of those. No. Is this a drop I can make? We're going to test it. Rex doesn't have the worst healing rate in the world. Yeah, another thing. Those debuffs. Not the debuffs, but the nerfs. In order to make your stamina But nerfing the stamina makes you dependent on an Alio. That's a very direct, obvious nerf. But reducing the armor from the ankles. Alio doesn't give you any armor or any damage reduction. In fact, Alio can make you take up to 50% more damage if there's two of them nearby that use the same call. So the opposite effect. So I don't really know what the point of that was. This looks troublesome. Thankfully we're nice and sticky. Let me climb down. Ooh. Climb down using our gecko feet. So that, I believe, is an EO. Sounds like it. I would love to kill an EO. I don't know how feasible that is at the moment with the way Rex is. Shame. Man. He's just too much stamina. To give you an idea of how the stamina is. This is the regen while sitting in full sleeping. It's not the greatest. Alio has got a stamina regen buff for you. Uh-oh. Alio has a stamina regen buff. However, its stamina regen buff gives the same amount as Ramp's Fishy Breath, I believe. I'm pretty sure Pike gives 20%. And a Ramp can do it for a 20-minute duration. Up to 20-minute duration. Or pounce on you to give you faster cooldowns. And a 30% damage increase. So I really don't know what they were thinking. Because, yeah, a Ramp takes one less slot. Has, frankly, better survivability. Yes, it doesn't have a damage output, but is that? There's no way. That must have just been a texture. No. That is a land circle. What? I was just about to say, there's no way I'm seeing a Sarco this far inland. Burning through his stamina? You gotta be kidding me. Ready for a proper Rex ambush? Here we go. And down he goes. He's just a small guy. I thought it was a big muddy Sarco just burning through his stamina out here in the middle of a field. Round 2? I think he's seen me. Pretend like I haven't seen him yet. Let's see what we can do here. Where'd he go? A Titan fight would be fun. That's what we're gonna do. Have an actual even match. Bye, buddy. Let him learn from his bigger brother's mistake. Alright, I hope that Titan screams again so I can locate him nice and easy. Oh, you're kidding me. These damn critters. No, I'm at a disadvantage because of that. Again, thankfully Rex's health regen is pretty decent. Wish that guy would be quiet. I heard something this way. Oh well. There we go. It's taking a while to kick in. Alright. I would love to go try that Titan fight. Sounds like we've got something this way. There's a few things. Rex and a Titan. Stay somewhat hidden from now, or for now. Inland Sarco. What the hell is all this? Couple of Sarcos inland. These guys want a piece. Alright. If that's the case. Look at the fucking Bluetooth lord here. This is insane. Get out of here. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to do against all of this crap? Yeah, I can't even sit out this bleed, I don't think. Absolutely insane. I should have popped that call preemptively. That was not good. There's just far too many things all at once. Now I'm one sneeze from a Denon away from death. Yikes. Wish I could have gone out with a bang. I think I hear the Angel of Death above. Ooh. Hats is possibly something we can deal with. Always fun to kill a hat. Hat's got the roughest end of the stick. I have no right to complain on a Rex when there's still a brave soldier out here playing hats. On the ground, mind you. Takes a special type of person to do that. Ready? Uh-oh, spaghetti-o. Nice try, though. Pop. Get out of here. Oh, brother, that sucks for you. Oh. Unfortunate. That is unfortunate. Why do you try it? Very surprised that that landed. Crazy drag hit. I was almost worried for a second that the hats was going to be able to spin around. What are you doing over there? Back in the water. Nuh-uh. Had him on scars. I should have stayed away from that triple bite as soon as he got me bleeding. Anyways, I'm just gonna call it for here. It's up to you to decide whether or not Rex is kind of cooked, I guess, is what they would say. I think that it is still viable, right? You saw I was able to take down that Iggy in the midst of all those other things, and I was able to get that guy close and get the Sarco close. And it is possible. However, regardless of what the stats are, you're always going to struggle in a group. Some people less than others, right? And then some more than others. I think that Rex is going to struggle as soon as there are, 2 3 slots, 2 4 slots. And this build was meant to kind of help alleviate some of that stress with the extra fracture bone break, right? The instant bone break is a huge help. If I can not get myself completely surrounded on all sides by 8 different things attacking. And now I'm still not the best Rex player. I do think that Rex will perform better in a team, and I think that Rex is going to struggle more so than other things. I think that Rex is going to struggle more than a Titan is going to struggle solo. But that's all it's going to do is breed better Rex players. Rex players who are more aware of the combat, more aware of their strengths and their weaknesses, play around them better. I'm by no means a good Rex player. I've barely got maybe 15-20 hours on Rex, just enough to grow it a couple times, die a few more, and then come back and only get a couple fights. So I'm by no means a great Rex player in any capacity, but I was still able to hold my own decently well. Not super great, but it is unfortunate what they've done to Rex. I wish that there was some way for them to fix the armor thing. Right, there was a give and take with Rex losing its stamina regen, and then Alio being focused around regenerating stam for the tyrannosaurs. But as I said, a ramp with fishy breath does what Alio does equivalent, but only takes 1 slot instead of 2. So you could have 2 ramps, each buffing you, and each giving you different, health regen or stamina regen or armor. Extra armor is always great. I love that call on Rex, by the way, this in here. What an awesome call. Sound design excellent on that. Anyways, I might have to try some more of this later. For now, I'm gonna call it quits. Signing off.